YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we're gonna talk about the White Forest Azamina. Now, I have been grinding with this deck or until I got the last title for the Synchro and Fusion Festival. It's not like that great though, but I got a lot of wins with this deck so far. The next thing would be like Millennium or the Exodia Incarnate that is pretty insane in the festival. The ability for this deck to play through hand traps is quite insane, and with the new supports from the Azamina, it got a little bit better. Now you have proper cards to have on the field, which is the Azamina Ilya Sylvia, which is another form of your negate. You still have access to Baron the Floor that you can still summon to the field if you summon a level 6 and a level 4 to the field, which is typically easy enough to do. And lastly, you have a copy of Diabel, Queen of the White Forest, which you can summon a copy of Silvera, Wolf Tamer of the White Forest, to flip everything face down if ever your opponent tries to use it. Another thing here is we are going into the Dragoon package with a copy of Muddy Mud Dragon, or Muddy Mud Dragon here, and then going to a copy of Albion, and lastly into a copy of Dragoons. And lastly, we are using a copy of Saint Azamina. I was trying this out for quite some time. It is a very fun card to have. And you just have to cheat this card with a copy of the Hallowed Azamina. This card is really broken. Honestly, just removing like a couple of Azamina or Sinful cards on the field just to summon a copy of your Azamina monsters on the field. And lastly, the best part about this deck is having this card on the field allows your Azamina cards to deal double the damage if ever they interact with any monster or with the life points of your opponent. So if this monster, if this monster attacks your opponent's life points directly, this deals like 6,000 damage alongside this monster right here. I kind of like this as a negate, and then we have also one card that sends one card from the field to the graveyard. It's not that great though, but it's still one form of removal. Another card that can gain you access to one Azamina or one Sinful Spoils cards from your deck. And I think that's basically it. Oh yeah, the 2 pops is kind of insane for the Moa Regina. I do like this though. Now I've seen players run Punks in this event, and so far this has been my go-to card. Now the reason for this is because people are running Psychic End Punishers and just lowering their life points to a significant amount, which in this case, if you have been reading this card effect, your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken. So typically, if they have like 8,000 or more Psychic End Punisher on the field, typically then you just have to attack that monster and your opponent gets the damage out from that. Also, your opponent can target cards in their field, graveyard, or banishment, or discard on the field with card effects. Still a pretty good card to have also, which is an easy monster to summon with a copy of the Hallowed one. But yeah, we got a lot of Sinful Spoils and Azamina cards that we can just dump to the graveyard for our White Forest. I was meaning to like limit this to 2 copies and then add a 3rd copy of Fuwalos, but so far it is very consistent on just this. But it's still pretty good though if maybe you have 2 copies of this and then maybe add the 2nd copy of Lucia just for another form of spell summon, and 2 copies of LZ, the Azamina of the White Forest, which is still pretty good as to spell summon this to the field. You can fusion summon monsters on the field and hand with this effect, or if this card is used as a synchro material, you can add 1 Sinful Spoils cards from your deck to your hand, which is kind of neat. So that's basically it. 2 Veilers, 2 Ash, or 3 Ash, 2 copies of Fuwalos, 2 Imperms, and that's basically it. The other cards is just basically return cards from the hand or to the hand. And then lastly, the Morian is, I think this card is a flip face down. That's it. This is pretty good. And then you can have this back on the field if ever you have a level 5 or higher illusion monster on the field, which is kind of neat. This is typically like Chimera Fusion or Branded in Red, and also you can spell summon 1 Fiend, Illusion, or Spellcaster monster from your hand, which is kind of neat. And lastly, it's a form of removal by tributing 1 Synchro monster. You can target 1 face-up card on the field, negate its effects, and if you tributed a White Forest Synchro monster to activate this effect, you can spell summon 1 Illusion monster from your graveyard. So typically, if you have summoned a copy of Diabel, you tribute Diabel and then summon Diabel back to the field with the use of this effect, which is kind of neat. So that is somewhat of a tech card for the deck that is pretty useful for this event. But yeah, that is basically White Forest Azamina. Here are some replays that I want to showcase to you guys for the event. Enjoy, and hopefully we'll get started with the streaming schedules or later on. So that's it for today, guys. Keep safe, good luck. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.